Hi everybody, welcome back. Samantha, Kansas City Stitcher here for Flosstube 48. Today is Thursday, November 20th. I believe. Pretty sure. I was hoping to be back here like 2 weeks ago and that didn't happen, so, you know, it happens. Life. I'm gonna talk about my giveaway first. I had strawberry naps as my giveaway from my last video. Only 2 people entered, and Rebecca Slightly Bananas, I'll insert her comment, won. Rebecca, I'm gonna put this in your box with your advent stuff and your 6-month winnings for our 500 stitches a week that we've proudly kept up with, so yay us. Finishes? Let's go finishes. First is my Haunted Frame Stitchery, the Book of Woodland Watchers. This was a 14 count Ada that I don't know what it was because I bought this at the thrift store. Oh, yes. And it conveniently was the perfect size. I think I spent like 50 cents on that or something. I don't know. Oh, I still have a needle on this and a needle minder whenever I don't need either of those things because this is finished. I'll put that there. Hopefully I remember I did that. This is funny because this is also a Haunted Frame Stitchery pattern. This is Autumn Lights. Slightly Bananas and I stitched this together too. I stitched mine on a 40 count Bee Stitch Me coconut shell. This was just a scrap that I had. Actually, I think it's a scrap from my Christmas Quaker. I don't know why I put it in the middle, but I think some quirky Quakers will fit on this too. I'm hoping in 2026 I want to start a scrapbook, a cross-stitching scrapbook, so we'll see. But this will definitely go in it. I just used random stash floss. I think it might have been, well, the black was Anchor Black. I think the rest of this might have been Dinky Dyes. Yeah. I don't know the fabric for this because this is my round robin for Jason X Stitches Stitching Connections. This is Wings of Spring. Whenever I got this butterfly was done and this was done. I did these 3. I think this might be a 16 count. I'm not sure. But I loved stitching this, and actually after I finished this butterfly I was like, oh, maybe I want to stitch this for myself. No, I don't need to do that. I finished the insect one from Colorfully Sarah that I started for my birthday. I do not need another insect pattern. I'm leaving that in there until it needs to be shipped off. And lastly, I finished Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. All of this dark purple was supposed to be black, but I'm stitching this on a 14 count black Ada, so I couldn't do that. This darker purple is a Cosmo. This light green was a cottage garden threads. And I think the rest of this might have been Cosmo. Besides the white that I think was just Blanc. And then I started my next one, which is, I just started it today. I've only done like 56 stitches in it so far. These are all Frosted Pumpkin. Oh my gourd. Oh my gourd. We'll have to put this back on the hoop and continue on, but that's where I got to on it so far. So far. And then I only have one more left to do after that to finish this. But that is where it's at so far. I love this. I can't believe I only have 2 more left to go before I've finished all of the sayings. Besides one of them. And it's is it Jewish? I think it might be Jewish. I'm not Jewish, so I didn't feel the need to stitch that. I think that's, I don't want to say disrespectful, but I think it's kind of disrespectful to stitch something religious that's not your religion. If you do it for somebody else, then by all means. However, I don't know anybody Jewish, so I'm not going to stitch that one. I can't remember if I started this last video or if this was a planned last video. But I threw it down here in my thing like it was. I can't find it. Ink circles, fire, fire burn and Boldrin bubble. Nope. View PDF. I love this. I started this with Jen at Jen's Fiberweb. I'm using a hand dye by Rolanda floss. I love this floss. I'm stitching this on a Be Stitch Me 32 count Banshee. That's where I got to. I kind of want to pull this back out. I wish these spam calls would quit calling me. Oh, I love this. Next, Annie, XO, needle in the A. Hey, XO, and I started this. Spells and Potions, Erin Elizabeth. I'm using a Mosale silk called Triple Chocolate Cake. This is a beautiful purple. And I'm stitching this on a 20 count Be Stitch Me Devil's Claw. I am obsessed with this. And I also want to pull this back out now that I'm looking at it. This is good. This S was super fun to stitch. I think that's it on new starts. Whips. Let's talk about whips. I pulled this out for one day, and I did not very much on it, but the Mad Tea Party, Bella Filipina. I did like maybe 50 stitches on it, and then I was like, I don't want to look at this anymore. This is a 32 count Be Stitch Me Hibiscus. I pulled this out for Steph Wild Fox Stitchery's first Fancy Lady birthday sale. This is not my first Fancy Lady. It's just my first Fancy. Actually, I don't know if I started this first or if I started Mermaid of Tabithia, which I haven't touched since I started it. But yeah, I love this one. I just wasn't in the mood to stitch it. We know how that is sometimes. Next, I pulled out, I was really wanting a Jet X stitch pattern, but I wasn't wanting to start a new one, and I have 2 others started, so I really thought maybe I should stitch something that I had started, because I was thinking about finishing it, but I don't know, and then I kind of got sidetracked and I didn't continue working on it after I started it. I'm stitching this on a 14 count red Ada. This is Blue Rose. I'm using the Called For DMC. This is where I'm at. I'm waiting for the pattern to load. I just had this little tiny bit started, so I did all this. There's what it's supposed to look like. I started this for Annie's birthday last year. I am now at 7.85%. Only 286 stitches out of 3,643. I could really finish this if I tried. I love this on this blue. I really want to find... Actually, I was missing one of the DMCs, I think is why I stopped working on it. Next, I pulled out From Velvet to Linen. I didn't work on this for very long. I worked on it for like one night for like 30 minutes, I think. I'm doing this on a 40 count Frog Prints by Grace Notes. I saw that Beck from Beck Stitches Everything pulled this out on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I want to work on mine. And then all I did was 310. I'm using the DMC conversion. I think this is one of my whips that I have on my 40 before 40 list. am not taking this out of the hoop because I kind of want to work on this tonight. Maybe actually I'll pull it out of the hoop. This is Queenie. I'm trying to do 1,000 stitches on this a month. I still owe this 700 stitches for this month, but I did do my 1,000 stitches last month, and I've done 300 already for this month. I'm stitching this on a 28 count. Be Stitch Me, Life's a Peach. I had something else started on this. I started this with Annie and Beck. I changed all the floss. This is none of the called for. The black is a Pirate Robin. I believe it's Fog. That's closer to what it looks like. Wow, this looks really good. I started something else on this fabric that I'm gonna rip out whenever I get down to it. Oh, I was working on the border last. But yeah. Whew, that bird looks really good. I'm really glad that I changed this from just being solid black and being a variegated. Then I'm gonna set that there. Next, I don't feel like pulling this out. Halloween Quaker, or not Halloween Quaker, Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow. I'm stitching this on a 18 count Be Stitch Me lightly salted, not roasted, I believe. You can't really see the ghosts, but they're there. You can't really see the ghosts on the cover either, so I finished the words. I filled in the house, except for this part. I just have the grass left, and then I can move this hoop. I am doing the Flosstube frenzy, which I'm talking about now because I'm gonna get there. But I have this picked for when Jessie Murray Does Stuff posts a video. I believe she filmed one this week, but hasn't posted it because it's long. But when she posts it, I'll put 500 stitches into this because that's what I'm trying to do, is 500 stitches when a regular video is posted and 100 when anything extra is posted. Whip parades count as an extra video, so that they will be 100 stitches. Next, a stitch in the matrix, Wendy. This is what I have picked for when she posts a video. Tell Me I'm Pretty, Mama Witch X Stitch. And what I actually have wrote down for her is things I want to finish. Things that are close-ish to a finish. I pulled fancy flosses for this. This is on a 14 count Jody fabric when I was in Jody of Steel City Stitchers Fabric of the Month that I don't think she's doing anymore. Wow, this looks really good. I'm gonna have to find a frame for this whenever it's done. I think I have like 1,400 stitches left on this or something. I have it in Pattern Keeper, but I have the cover photo printed off already, so Next is Halloween Garden by Una Buena Pieza. I don't think I'm saying that right. Halloween Garden. I started this with Slightly Bananas too. I picked this for when Jason X Stitches posts a video. I did my stitches for him last night. I am at 16.19% complete. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Be Stitch Me coconut shell, I believe is what this is. There's where I'm at. I've done 1,776 stitches on this so far. And I'm slightly worried about if I'm going to have enough room on this fabric. So I've been trying to work my way down because I don't think that I am going to have enough fabric. So I'm going to have to figure out some of what I can cut off of the bottom because I'm not restarting this. I love it on this fabric. I'm not restarting it. I should have started it this way because I have plenty of fabric. I would have had to cut out some stitches, but I could have done that no problem. But instead I thought, oh, I think I can fit it on the fabric this way, so I'm gonna do that. I think maybe if I just started it up here a little bit further, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that maybe I just get really close to the bottom. And if I do, I'm gonna buy a bigger scrapbook, so this can go in it. I'm trying to talk Rebecca into starting the Christmas garden one, which I don't think I need to do much convincing. I think I can get her to start it with me. I picked 12 floss tubers. I guess I could say that. Queenie is also going to be stitched on when Beck Stitches Everything posts a video, but she doesn't post as often. Next is when Stephanie Cross Stitch the Globe posts a video. I started this for her birthday this year. It is Sweet Dreams by Hello from Liz Matthews. And that's my neighbor's dog that you can hear. Where's this pattern? My dog is eating a piece of celery. Anyway, I was like, what is that noise? Oh, it's called Sweetheart, I guess, not Sweet Dreams. This is what it looks like. I'm stitching this on a Stitchman Darcy fabric. 18 count, A History of Violets. And I'm using a Moselle silk called Water Lily Pond. And I just dropped some of it. This is where I'm at. Stephanie posted a Flosstube extra a few weeks ago. I don't remember what it was now, but I only had to do 100 stitches, so I did my 100 stitches on this. Honestly, I think I might be like 2%. Oh no, I'm at 5.11%. Oh, that's further than I thought it was. I love this floss on this fabric. It's really nice. Yeah, I dropped that. I owe 100 stitches to this because Steph Wild Fox Stitchery just posted a video, an extra, so I need to do 100 stitches to this. But this is Close Encounters. I started this with her, so I figured I needed to just go ahead and use this. I'm stitching this on a 28 count easy grid 2/110 stitch, and I am at 3.59%. This is all from the very first day I started it. This is all from Flosstube Frenzy, which I chose probably the lightest color in this whole pattern to start with first. I don't know. I was wanting to get to the space helmet, which I did, because this is the outer part of her. I see Steph's progress on her face, and it looks so good that I wanted to kind of get there slowly. I'm fine with stitching the sky. Next, I owe 500 stitches to this week still, which I'm hoping to get done tomorrow, but honestly, I'm not stressing myself out, and if I don't, I'm not making stitches up. This is a low pressure thing that I put on myself because I really want to finish those 40 for 40 things before I turn 40. So I chose Little Brown Bat for Stitching Mommy, Sarah, and I chose A Year in the Woods because I really need to start getting progress on these without doing them all at the last minute. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count Fiberlicious Melanistic Autumn. That's where I'm at. I think I've done 3 weeks of worth of progress. So whenever I do this week, I'm going to finish this top wing, and then I think I'm going to go to the body. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to work the bat first and then go to the other motifs. If I finish these before the season is over, I will pull something else out because I don't want to start the next season without Rebecca, since we're doing these seasonally together. But so far, I think I'm going to end up having to pull this out and working a little bit more on it in order to finish it before autumn is complete. But I'm not really worried about it. Next, is a Carolyn Manning birthday cake. That I started around my birthday. Also with Rebecca. This is what it looks like. I love this one. It's very delicate. I had a printout for this one. I don't know why I didn't pull that out. I'm stitching this for when Moonshine Stitchery posts a video. Phoebe, is that her name? Oh, I'm gonna feel really bad if that's not. I am at 3.01% complete. I'm just using, I think this might be an 18 count. I'm doing this 2/1 though. Nope, I'm doing this 1/1. It's definitely 18 count. these are probably like the only whips you guys are really gonna see for a while, because I'm really digging these. Next is Vanessa, which I'm using for the Alchemist Stitcher, who started Flosstube Frenzy. I'm stitching this on a 22 count Aida that I dyed myself. And I am at 22.88% complete on her. This 500 stitches that I did last time, I did in her arm. I am loving how this is turning out. This is fantastic. I started this with Wicked Cat Stitch last year in August. I definitely want to get this done sooner rather than later. The margin on this is going to be very tight. I don't even care though. This needle minder Rebecca sent me, it's so cute. And as soon as I saw it in the package that she sent, I was like, oh, that has to go in Vanessa because it's Ursula. And I'm using all the Call for DMC on that. Next is the Pointed Fifth, which I started with Steph at Wild Fox Stitchery, but I'm using for Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher, Long Dog. I'm using 2 Moselle silks, a black, and then the red is called Rainbow Bow. I'm stitching this on a 40 count antique white, I think. This is where I'm at. I am at 2.45% complete after Jordan's video this week. And I'm just gonna work my way over. I want to get to the edge. Like, I want to get all the way across so I can cut this fabric, because I know that is not going to take this whole thing. Actually, I think it might only take half. But I don't want to cut it until I get there. Next, when Rogue Mama Stitcher posts a video, which she hasn't posted one since I started this. Husband distracted me. Cat's Cafe, which I also started with Annie. I'm stitching this on a hand-dyed by Rolanda. I believe this is a 28 count. I got really far. I am at 44.18% complete. Oh, because my husband is cooking dinner, the dog is gonna whine. Because he left the bedroom with her and now she's gonna throw a fit. Wouldn't you know? Oh my gosh, that looks so good on camera. I finished all the 310. I was hoping to get to 50% on this before I put it away, but honestly, some life things happened whenever I had this pulled out, and I put it away because of that. And well, I haven't pulled it back out. Okay, last but not least. Mini Pixie Dreams. I'm stitching this for when Crow Stitcher posts a video. I am also doing my 500 stitches a week. This is Mini Pixie Dreams, artwork by Julie Finn, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am now at 35.14% complete. I hit 35%. And I have all the 310 done. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know because I haven't posted, but Instagram knows. I'm stitching this on a 28 count, easy grid, 2/110 stitch. I went to the next biggest color, which is 554. I have oh yeah, all 310 done. I really want this done next year, and I think that I will, as long as I keep doing Flosstube Frenzy with Crow Stitcher and I keep doing my 500 stitches a week. I think I have it calculated that I'll have it done before the end of the year, but that's if I keep up, so I'm not gonna hold myself responsible for that. Okay, now that I shut my bedroom door, hopefully. Nope, she's gonna start right back up. Stitchy Kindness. Last year and this year, am doing an Advent. I did it last year with Rebecca. I'm doing it again this year with Rebecca. She sent me my first 7 days already. And in it was my 6-month for my 500 stitches a week keeping up goal, my reward. Rebecca made me a bag. I love this. I love this so much. Rebecca makes amazing bags. No plug, but this is not a cry moment, but I opened up this package and I saw this bag and I cried a little bit, and then I saw my other stuff and I cried. Anyway, in it she gave me this pattern, Dirty Annie, Not All Who Wander. This is adorable. I absolutely love a tiny little chicken. That's so cute. It had my Ursula needle minder in it, and it has this little Corella DeVille needle minder. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet, but I'll figure that out. And I got a little floss ring. Anyway, I'm gonna find a project to put in this. I don't know what yet, but I will. And then she offered me at the end of last year if I sent her a few of my projects that she would make me some project bags for my birthday. But I needed to have them sent to her by like January or something. Well, anyway, I didn't have them sent to her by January. It was like February. She had a sewing machine mishaps. No big deal. I wasn't worried about it. But it had my Got the Morbs in it in this package. That is so cute. I love this flower pattern, this flower fabric, this is absolutely fantastic. When my husband saw this, he's like, those are dinosaurs. And I said, this isn't for you. This is for me.
Now that's a roast.
It's just plain white fabric inside with pockets that she also used this same fabric in. I put my All Are Equal in Death in here because it's a tiny little bag. Anyway, yes. And I was fine. I saw the others and then I saw this one, and Rebecca did such a good job that I'm glad that I decided to send this to her instead of framing it. So the back, I love these stars. These are fantastic. This is cute too. All of this is cute actually, it doesn't matter. But my Bernadette. This was the Hates, one of the pieces for the Hates sale last year that I completed. I finished it on time, and I sent this off to Rebecca, who also kindly washed it, got the grid lines out, and then made this fantastic project bag. This is so good. And it has the pockets in it. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna show it one more time. She's beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna put a full coverage in here, I think. What full coverage? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to start one. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I made some purchases. I've made a few purchases actually. First off is my Year in the Woods Part 2, the turkey. And if I wasn't stitching these quarterly, or not, yeah, quarterly, seasonally with Rebecca, I would probably start this on Thanksgiving. But I'm not, and I have other plans on Thanksgiving, so I'm not going to do that. I went to the thrift store. And they have this lavender and lace pattern. You guys, this was $1.50. I couldn't pass this up. Are you kidding me? Something about the lavender lace Santas, I don't know. They also had this Plum Street spring rolls. Yep, love that. And turkey sausage. $1.50 each. Yeah, I could say no to that. Okay. Also at the thrift store, I think I paid 50 cents for this. Yes. Hello. And I don't know why I kept that in the bag. It had this one. And it had this one. 50 cents for both of them. Yeah, I couldn't say no to that. And then these were all 50 cents a piece. Different day than whenever I got those. There was this Prairie Schooler. Yeah, 50 cents. Couldn't pass that up. This one, I really want to start one of these. If somebody has one of these as a Prairie Schooler in your collection and you want to start one of these in December, please let me know because I would love to start one of them. I'm thinking the Santa with the 2 reindeer. I don't know though, because I would be fine with starting any of them. 50 cents. Johnny Appleseed. I love this. I absolutely love this. Sunshine and Shadow. I don't know what it is about these houses, this Amish. We have a huge Amish community near us, so I think that's part of why I like this. I don't know. Shepherd's Bush. This was 50 cents. I don't know. I don't know. I really like this one. I don't know. I don't know why. Watermelon. This was too cute. Yeah. And 50 cents again. You know, sometimes you can't pass up a 50-cent pattern. This sampler, this is beautiful. It's a Jan Farish. I love the color of this house. Like, it's like a very reddish, peachish color. Another sampler. I love this one. I love the colors on this one. I didn't think I'd used to be a sampler person, but I definitely am. This one? Yes. One of my best friends had a baby a few months ago. I meant to make her a blanket. I never did. Never even started it. But I do think that I might stitch the little girl one. God bless the moon and God bless me. Yeah. They're very religious, so. And they had this. I bought 2 of them. And I'm sending one of them to Annie. Because Annie and I start a lot of things together. And I told her I was sending it to her. I didn't just, you know. Somebody came into my job that works at the Dollar General near me and gave me this. It was on clearance at Dollar General. They handed it to me and said I might like it. Honestly, I'm just gonna steal the hoop out of it. And then I was given this little bag. I love this. I'm gonna start carrying some stuff in. Anyway, I got a really lovely message from Stephanie at Cross Stitch the Globe. And she asked me if I would love to meet her at CC and Company. C&C Company, because she was going to be in Kansas City. And I said, yes, I would love to do that. I would love to meet you in person, not just on the internet. So I bought some things when we were there. I didn't take any pictures. She did, but I didn't. Wouldn't you know? I bought this strawberry lemonade. This was on clearance, I think, there for like 40% off or something. I couldn't pass that. I'm definitely going to be starting that in June. I'm trying to minimize my starts next year, but anyway. They had 2 patterns of this only there. Like, there was only 2 copies left. Jack's Bash. And Stephanie picked it up, and she was talking about how she wanted to start it. And, well, I've been wanting to start this, and I love it. So I bought it too. No pressure. Whenever she's ready to start it, I'm ready to start it. My daughter picked out a pattern that she wanted. We're both going to stitch one of these. I think she wanted to stitch this. I can't remember, but I think I'm going to stitch this long pillow. I don't know yet, because I really like this cat too. Anyway, I own it, so I can stitch all of them if I want, and she can stitch all of them if she wants, and we can have 2 in the house. That's fine. The fabric at C&C Company is very expensive, but like more than I wouldn't pay for fabric. But they did have a clearance little basket for 50% off this fabric. They had Fortnite fabric. They only had this color. It's a 36 count. Ritzy. Their cost was $57 normally. So I got this at the cost of what it would have been. I love this. Yeah, this is nice. And I wish I'd had more money whenever I went, because I would have bought several pieces of this, because they had a few. Stephanie bought one too. I may have talked her into it. I don't know. No pressure. You can't go to a cross-stitch shop and not buy anything. Oh, this is something else that I bought at the thrift store that I already put in a bag with floss, kitted up. Merry Friends, Plum Street Samplers. I also paid $1.50 for this. Yeah. I have the fabric on a hoop because I want to start this. And I just pulled floss from stash. So, that's a plan. I will be doing that. Also a plan. For Thanksgiving last year, I started a Plum Street, or not a Plum Street, a Prairie Schooler Santa. I'm starting one again this year. I have this little scrap piece of fabric, which I also put a Prairie Schooler Santa on last year. I think I have 3 of these little cuts. I pulled floss already, and I think I'm going to start the 94 Santa. This was the year I was born. I love this one. The birds on it, the sunflowers, all of it just says, please stitch me. But I don't know, because I have a lot in here. And I bought some new ones at the thrift store, so. I'm like, I've got oh my gosh, that has a raccoon on it. I might have to stitch this one. This is the 90s one. Oh my gosh, that coat on that Santa. How cute. Is this the one Annie did last year? I can't remember. Oh, this one's adorable. I don't know. I kind of am in the moon and sun and moon thing right now. That's this year's. That's the 2025 one. But yeah, I think I'm going to do the sunflower Santa. The 94 one. Like I've got several to choose from. I need to start stitching more than one of these a year if I ever want to finish them all. I can't put this away because I got to add the other ones back into it. So if you guys want to start a Prairie Schooler Santa with me on Thanksgiving, I would love that. All right. This is almost an hour long, so bye.